Today I want to recite a poem, and I know the last time I uploaded a video I said the next one will be a continuation of that video because I noticed the video was unnecessarily getting long and I had to stop. But I'm not in the right frame of mind to continue that video at the moment. I noticed I made some silly mistakes, not silly mistakes in that video, exactly one mistake to the best of my knowledge, and I want to make sure that I am prepared before making the next video. Obviously, it's all about authenticity, and it shows, like I stated in the video, that I am some of those terms I struggled with, others I am still struggling with. Okay, so I will still revisit them, but this moment, at this particular time, I want to recite this poem. And before I go on, I've observed that most of my poems have this ominous tone to them. Obviously, but not obviously, most of my poems have an ominous tone to them, and I also can tell now that my language is complex. I use complex language, and I'm not a fan of I'm not that I am particularly a fan of it, but it's just the way I write. Recently, I listened to a poem. I've forgotten who wrote the poem, but is it The Beauty of Ordinary Things, where he was describing the simple things of life. And I love how simple the poet's language was, and I loved how easygoing and how refreshing it was to listen to that poem. Okay, and I just told myself that I have to be better now. Okay, I have to try my best to make my poems better, right? Although behind there's always a disclaimer that I'm not a poet, all right? I'm just a young guy trying to write poetry, and who is, there's no magic wand you wave and you become a poet. It's by writing, and then you keep making mistakes and you keep getting better, that you one day metamorphose into this term poet. Okay, so I'm just expressing myself in how best in how best I understand. And about the ominous tone to my poems, is whether it is bad or good, I can't say. I'm leaving it up, I leave it to you to decide. Those what I describe on my poems are what I feel on the inside. Okay, the emotions I have, I need to write them down, and it is sad, and it is sad that most of them are ominous, and most of them have this sad tone to them. But yeah, I will work better. I want to reach outwards and get hold of the little things of life and describe them and try to see how I can carve a poem out of them. Okay, it's not going to be easy because it's not as comfortable and as easy to assess as what I'm passing through with an experience I'm living through. You can fall back to them and then swim through the experience, swim through what you are living through, and then you can easily get the words to come out quicker. But reaching out is harder because there is no form of attachment between you and this external. There is an attachment, but not to the degree, but not to the extent, but not to the level, but not the level of attachment you have with the emotions within. However, I'm going to try that out, so I don't want to make this video unnecessarily long. I have this poem I wrote about 3 weeks ago, and I titled this The Beguiling Fate. The Beguiling Fate, My Beguiling Fate. I've not yet decided. Okay, whichever one you see on the title is the one I later chose. Okay, yeah, but that's it. The Beguiling Fate / My Beguiling Fate. And all right, well, let me delve into it, and then we'll talk about it a bit after the recitation. Can I dip my trembling finger in this essence? Can I withstand the wayward stare before me? Am I brave and bold enough for the ghost within to show? The warbling of water, the airy serenity of the ambience, the scuttling of bedbugs, and the dancing of the leaves leave me shivering. Can I stand this beguiling fate of mine? To what purpose is it? To what purpose is this, if it reveals I live not to my feet? Can I wave a wand and embody this ominous reflection that awaits? As I approach this omen teller, ambivalent about the choices at hand and at once well and ill suited to commit to any, I move no further. Let my fate unfold before me with the tick of time. I shall look not, I shall simply become. Let the hope of greatness stir me. I am no Macbeth. So that is the poem. Another aspect that I have to work on is reciting these poems at a go. Okay, and the reason I find it difficult to do that is because the reason I find it difficult to do is I don't recite them as often. I should have recited them about 20 times before making a video. Okay, but then I'm struggling between setting that for myself and failing to do that and just make this video. Okay, because if I tell myself before you recite this video, this poem, make sure you can say it at a go, it becomes a whole new task, and with my busy schedule I might not even get to make the video at the end of the day. So to make sure that I keep up with this consistency, although I've missed uploading videos for in some weekends, in some weeks, I still just want to keep pushing. Okay, so I'm trying my best to also make the work easy for myself, but also make it easy for you and for you to recite it however you wish to. I always put up these write-ups or these poems in the comment section, okay, so that you can go there and then you can read them with however you wish to. Okay, and yeah, that's that. And what motivated me to write this poem? What really motivated me was this YouTube. What exactly am I doing? How certain am I that I'm not just wasting my time? Okay, why not just read and write and just focus on that instead of making this video? Does these videos make sense? How many people even view these videos? Are you sure you will make it? What does making it even entail? What do you really want? Some crazy questions. Does this really make sense? If you can see the future, do you want to see the future and see what you become in the future? Okay, if you keep to the path that you are on. That was the mindset that was what I was thinking when I wrote this poem, and I just told myself, man, if not for anything, the fact that I'm making these videos, if not the fact that I'm making these videos is a form of time capsule. Okay, a moving man must meet his locks. Okay, and if I don't meet my lock, whatever lock entails, I am at the same time creating a time capsule that's in 20-30 years from now. When I look back on, I will be happy. So do I really need to know what that future is before dialing in? No, I don't. I prefer the way it is, the way I've imagined. What exactly do I imagine? I want to make this video. I want you to see in real time how I'm improving my English. I want you to see what I'm doing that is not working. I want you to learn from these videos. Okay, these poems I'm writing are ways I improve my English, and you pick one or two from them and then it helps you with your own life. Okay, and that line, I am no Macbeth, was inspired obviously from William Shakespeare's Macbeth, and the fact that what led to the doom of Macbeth was listening to the three witches they met while coming back from that battle. Him and Macduff, okay, and then his persistence in seeing that the prophecy came to fruition. Okay, so I don't want that. I'll just keep to myself and just and just keep doing this, whatever this is. Okay, and then I will see how it goes. All right, so that's basically it. I'm no Macbeth, my friend. Okay, I'm Sammy, and I don't want to see the future. I will create the future I imagine. That is enough for me. Okay, so thank you for watching and see you next time.